So guys, here I am again, and thank you for being part of this platform. Well guys, we know that days ago in most of this Western media, we saw it. In CNN, BBC, and other Western media, we saw reports that Russian drones attacked, or Russian drones were taken down in Poland. Russian drones were taken down in Poland. Well, immediately after that, most of these European leaders, they were putting pressure. They made calls with Poland for Poland to put the message out there that, oh, Russian drones attacked their territory. Enter their territory and so on and so forth and all those things. Well, that is not the real case of what happened. That is not the real case of what happened. Yes. So the thing is, in every way, we already know the propaganda and the conspiracy that is there with this particular war, Russia-Ukraine war. This is a NATO planned war. This was a NATO planned war. And NATO, as well as Ukraine, for us, anyway, let's just say that Ukraine has lost the war. They have lost the war. Ukraine cannot fight Russia. And NATO is trying not to accept defeat because they think, how can one country defeat the whole of NATO? They think what they did to Libya, it could repeat itself with Russia. No, Kama don't catch them with that. Kama has caught them red-handed. You see this guy here and here, this guy here, this one, like this one, this is the guy, this one, and this one. It's the same person, Zelensky. This is one of the most corrupt person. He is doing everything to take NATO into this war, to drag other countries into this war. Like really. He has not come out completely from that his comedy as a comedian. He's still doing using his comedy characters to implement or to put it in this case, trying to drag different countries or trying to drag the whole of Europe or NATO into this war. What is Zelensky looking for? That is the question. What is Zelensky looking for? Well, guys, after these drones were taken down in Poland, European leaders and Western leaders, they called Poland. Oh, they said they should put it out there. Oh, they told the Polish people that, oh, they should not investigate. These things were all Russian drones. Of course, they were Russian drones. They were Russian drones. These were Russian drones that were taken by Ukrainians when they attacked certain Russian base and they collected some of those drones. Those were not war drones. They were not drones that carried warheads, but they were Russian drones. They were all Russian drones, taken some time during the war by Ukrainians. So what is Zelensky trying to do now? Zelensky is trying to make a conspiracy. He has used these Russian drones, send it to Poland, and then propagate with information, Western or normal propaganda, that Russian drones were caught or were seen in Poland. The information that is reaching our desk is that these were drones taken by Ukrainian military when they once attacked one basis or one Russian base somewhere in Ukraine, and they collected these drones. So Zelensky is now lack of ideas. He's now lack of ideas what he could do to drag more and more countries or the whole of Europe, if not the whole of NATO, into this war. Zelensky is now short of ideas. And what is he trying now to do? He's using the Russian drones that they collected sometime when the war started to send or to make it drop in other European countries. Start to drag these countries also into the war. But that's what he has failed. That is what he has failed. After the Polish people, they investigated, they noticed that these drones came from Ukraine itself. But if you go to most of this Western media, you will see they are still saying it right up till now. They are still saying it that these drones came directly from Russia. These drones, Russian war drones, they need to carry, Russian war drones, they carry something about 300 to 300 kilometers. How came about? This one was just a shot at something that just came from Russia and directly to Poland. Did it bomb any region there in Poland? Of course not. So, but if you go to most of this Western media, they are just propagating it to show that, oh, these people, they have attacked Poland. They have attacked Poland. We know about all this conspiracy because these were the same thing that they used to partition Africa. Yes, because they mold up dictators. Look at Zelensky, from a comedian to a brutal dictator. Guys, I want you to listen this interview with this Polish diplomat. Listen the whole interview, then I'll be back. Please watch the interview now.
Präsident Zelensky hat sie angerufen und sie gewissermaßen unter Druck gesetzt, damit Polen sofort erklärt, dass es sich um eine russische Rakete handelt.
Das kann man so sagen.
Waren Sie damals schockiert?
Nein.
Aber haben Sie das nicht als Versuch verstanden, Polen in den Krieg hineinzuziehen?
Doch, das habe ich.
Durch den ukrainischen Staatschef? Und was haben Sie ihm gesagt?
Nichts. Nun, zunächst versuchen sie, alle in den Krieg hineinzuziehen. Das ist offensichtlich. Es liegt in ihrem Interesse, alle in den Krieg hineinzuziehen. Und am besten wäre es, wenn es ihnen gelänge, die NATO-Staaten in den Krieg hineinzuziehen. Es ist offensichtlich, dass sie nach denen suchen, die auf ihrer Seite aktiv gegen die Russen kämpfen würden. Das ist nichts Neues. Das ist seit dem ersten Tag so.
Zelensky called and was putting pressure to the Polish government to accept that, or to tell the world that these drones are from Russia. So they were getting pressure from Zelensky for that the Polish government to put it out there that these drones are coming from Russia, so as to drag many other countries into this war. Why? That is why you see that Zelensky doesn't want this war to come to an end, and some European leaders, they don't want this war to come to an end, like the German leadership. They don't want this war to come to an end. The UK leadership, they don't want this war to come to an end. The French leadership, they don't want this war to come to an end. Not to talk about the European Union. They don't want this war to come to an end. People are losing their life. Lives are being lost. But they don't care because, you know what? Their own children and grandchildren are not fighting on behalf of Ukraine. I don't know whether the French president is now the leader also of Ukraine, or Ukraine has been also a province now for France, or has now become also the number 17 Bundesland, or what? I don't understand. Why not concentrate on your respective countries and your people? You go to Germany, your people are dying because of stress. You are impoverishing your own people. You take the taxpayers' money and you are spending it in Ukraine. What is happening? Germany is crumbling. It's crumbling. Well, all this propaganda is for what? You left Russia. Germans, they left Russia. You cheap oil, cheap gas. You decided to go buy gas in America. That is how many times the price that you were buying? How many times? You know, I used to think that European leaders, they are visionary leaders. But that was when I knew that they are not visionary leaders. The Western leaders, the European leaders, the American leadership, they are corrupt leaders. Corruption originated from where? From these people. Zelensky is going around to get money to buy weapons. And that guy, Zelensky, is one of the most corrupt leaders in this world. We all know there's nothing to hide. Yes. So guys, that is my take on this. The drones you hear, the Western media are saying that, the drones were from Russia to Poland and all those things were all lies. From Ukraine to Poland, because Zelensky wants to drag many more people into this war. So guys, that's the end of it. Guys, share the video, like the video, and don't forget to drop off your comment. See you in my next video, and you take care.